Space may be the final frontier, but there's still plenty left for us to learn right here on planet Earth. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 crazy newly discovered living animal species. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at creatures discovered relatively recently and ranking them based on their unique characteristics, habitats, or the circumstances surrounding their discovery. Number 10. Xenoturbella. Is it an old sock? A deflated party balloon? Maybe some used bubblegum? Or is it, as its name would suggest, a delicious deep-fried treat traditional to Spanish and Portuguese culture? Nope. It's a little worm-like aquatic creature discovered in 2016 with a remarkably simple anatomy. Seriously though, these things are basically skin. A two-in-one mouth/anus and a digestive space. The discovery of this new species off the coast of California and Mexico, along with 3 others, apparently provides crucial insight into early animal evolution. For those of us not familiar with marine biology, however, it's just an interesting-looking new creature that seriously resembles a churro. Number 9. Cherax Pulcher. This is an odd one, but it's a good one. The scientific community only officially discovered this acid trip of a crayfish species in 2015 after, wait for it, they found them in pet shops. These colorful creatures started getting traded on the international home aquarium market, and eventually, someone in the know took note and realized that they were unknown to the scientific community. After some detective work, moving backwards from distributors to suppliers, their area of origin was finally identified as Bird's Head Peninsula in New Guinea. That's where these stunning crayfish, found only in Hua Creek, are not only a source of export income, but also a part of the local village's diet. Number 8. Scolopendra Cataracta. Filmmakers in the horror genre, take note, because this is the new stuff of nightmares. This nasty little critter was first discovered in Thailand by quite possibly the only type of person who would have been excited to make its acquaintance, an entomologist. Though George Beccaloni was surely thrilled with what he found in 2003, he was there on his honeymoon, and we can't help but imagine that his wife was less enthused by him spending his time bug hunting. Even he had to admit, however, that it is, quote, horrific looking. Nearly 8 inches long, this creature is the first known of its kind, an amphibious centipede. It's also carnivorous, venomous, and nocturnal. Well, enjoy your late-night skinny dip. Number 7. Gracillimus Radix. Around the world, wild rats are usually omnivorous, eating a diet of grains, fruits, vegetables, bugs, and, depending on the situation and species, other small animals. In Indonesia, however, this rat's omnivorous ways make it an oddity, given that most other related rodents in the area, like the Sulawesi water rat and hog-nosed rat, are strict carnivores. Discovered in 2016, the Gracillimus radix, which roughly translates to slender root rat, was found on Mount Gandang Dewata, where it uses its abundance of whiskers to feel around the forest floor for food. This little cutie is actually the 4th new rat species found on Sulawesi Island since 2010. Number 6. Illacme Tobini. What this little creepy crawler lacks in size, it more than makes up for in number of penises. Wait, what? That is not how that saying is supposed to go. But hey, given the fact that this insect also has 414 legs, we're just gonna give up on trying to understand it and focus all our energy on keeping this Frankenstein's monster meets Casanova the hell away from us. Because here's the scariest part of all, pairs 9 and 10 of those legs are actually 4 penises in disguise. At under an inch in length, this little freak also somehow manages to fit in 200 pores believed to secrete poison. Honestly, we preferred living in ignorance of this one. Number 5. Pheidole Viserion and Pheidole Drogon. There are a lot of ways in which the pop culture significance of a TV series can be measured. Sure, you could go by the viewership numbers, or take a poll to see how many Halloween costumes it inspired.
Khaleesi,
yes,
of course, means queen.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
But really, a show hasn't reached pop culture supremacy until scientists start naming newly discovered bugs after it. And Game of Thrones has got not 1, but 2 species of ant named after the dragons of House Targaryen. Apparently, it was the distinctly aggressive spiky protrusions on these 2 species of ants that made the researchers think of the Khaleesi's beloved children. But thankfully, these ants do not breathe fire. Number 4. Pristimantis Mutabilis. For lack of a better way to describe it, this fascinating little amphibian is labeled the shape-shifting frog. And quite frankly, we're happy this frog wasn't discovered sooner, because back in the day, it definitely would have been accused of witchcraft. Lots of frogs can change the color of their skin as part of a camouflage mechanism, but this minuscule little guy can actually alter the texture of its skin from spiky to smooth in a matter of minutes. Given that they were only formally discovered in 2015, the mechanism and purpose of this ability have yet to be fully investigated. Number 3. Ulophophilum kirki. Remember our good buddy George Beccaloni, the honeymoon bug hunter? Well, he played a role in the classification of this insect too. Thankfully, this time around, the new species in question isn't pure, undiluted nightmare fuel. Both the male and female of this distinct katydid-type species have bodies that look a lot like leaves. But that's not what makes them so interesting. While the males, like so many katydids, are green in color, the females can only be described as absolutely breathtaking. They're pink and reddish in color, with greenish-yellow highlights. If you weren't told otherwise, you'd be forgiven for assuming that they were CGI creatures from a sci-fi flick. Number 2. Potamatrigon rex. Though perhaps not as colorful as our previous entry, this stingray still has some eye-catching orange spots to make it stand out. Of course, it's got a lot more going for it than flair. Notice the word rex in its name? That's not a title to be taken lightly. It's quite frankly impressive that this species, which has truly earned the moniker king, managed to glide under the radar for so long, given that it can weigh in at up to a chunky 44 pounds and can reach an impressive 43 inches front to back. Found only in the Rio Tocantins in Brazil, this magnificent freshwater creature was only discovered in 2016. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1. Aerovixia gryffindori. Isn't the age of unabashedly geeky scientists the best? If Gryffindori caught your eye, then you've likely made the scientists who discovered this new species of spider very happy. First documented in 2016, this unique-looking arachnid was so named because of its striking resemblance to the Sorting Hat from the Harry Potter franchise.
Gryffindor!
It honors the Sorting Hat's legendary owner and Hogwarts co-founder, Godric Gryffindor. Giving further context to their naming choice, the team behind the discovery explained that the fun name was to help this exciting new species get the attention it deserved. While we love the name they chose, we're a little worried about wannabe wizards putting this spider on their heads.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.